What's up, Nintendo gamers? The Kid here, just with another video about a rumor with the NX controller. Now, about a week ago, we got a leaked picture of the controller, which a lot of people were skeptical of mostly because it looks like the patent design, and usually when it comes to patents, they pretty much just put a design there just to give you an idea of what they're trying to go for. It doesn't necessarily mean that the design looks exactly like a patent, which in the most case it does not. But now we have these three other pictures of the NX controller, or quote unquote NX controller, surfacing on the web today, and they look identical to the leaked picture. They look like the patent, but this time they're in a different design. They're black, so that, you know, kind of gives us an idea of if they're going to do the same thing they did with the Wii U, where there was a black version with more storage, and then there was a white version with less storage, but, you know, basically it's just a different color too. So, you know, that's something that's striking, and we got these pictures today again, and we get a little bit of a feel of what it looks like this time around. If you really look at it, it's very small, much smaller than the gamepad. Definitely the screen is smaller. The thing is that's striking about this is that it has no buttons. All the buttons are on the touchscreen there, kind of like a phone, which a lot of people are really skeptical. Personally, me, I think that's pretty suicide of Nintendo. I mean, unless they have some type of peripheral where you can kind of lock this controller in, where it becomes like a controller and you have like these additional buttons there, because, you know, it's a peripheral to let you do that, you know, to make it more of a traditional controller with a screen in the middle of it. That's what I think that they could be going for, you know, when it comes to the console side. Now, we all know the biggest rumor about the NX is that it's going to combine the handheld with the home console, and looking at this controller, I could say it pretty much successfully does that. Now, if you look at other pictures, you can see the joysticks are actually, those are actual buttons. Those are actually, you know, not part of the screen, which thank God, because touchscreen joysticks are just, no, it's not going to happen. It's bad. So if you look at it, you know, you can see it. It has a headphone jack. That's one cool thing. It has a mic that you can see. The screen looks pretty sleek and it looks pretty clear. It looks just like a cell phone screen. And I'm not talking about a touch screen like, you know, what you would see on the 3DS or on the Wii U, where it's that, you know, I believe it's a single touch screen where you can only press one thing at a time, and it's kind of plasticky. This actually looks like it's made of glass, and, you know, like the standard touchscreen you're used to using on your phone. And you can also see in different pictures that the actual design, the exterior, looks different. You can kind of see in this picture a little bit under it, where you can see it kind of looks like it may have like these grips, you know, on the back of it, so that's more comfortable, because the design of it, it's an oval, so you definitely see where it could look like it's uncomfortable in the hands. And it's definitely smaller than the gamepad in the previous picture, which I'm just going to have these pictures on loop unless I'm talking about a specific one. You can see that it's significantly smaller than the gamepad as well as the screen. So it's really something interesting to look at. If this was a handheld, I could see it working, but as a controller for a console, I'm not sure, because usually when you play a console, you're on a console for, you know, probably an hour or two, maybe 3 hours, depending on how long and how much time you have in a day. Me personally, I can spend about 3 hours on a game in one sitting. So a controller like this seems like it will be kind of uncomfortable to hold for that period of time. But when it comes to a handheld, it really doesn't matter, because I'm you know, I'm just playing that for about 30 minutes at a time or so. It depends really how much I'm into the game and what genre that game is in. So I mean, it looks really cool. It looks cool and sleek in its design, but I doubt this is final. There's also some rumors going around too, like a game developer. Well, it's not really a rumor, but he did confirm that from what he's been hearing, that the NX controller didn't have face buttons, and what he sees here in this leaked picture is matching exactly what he's been told. So that shed some light on this that kind of makes it doesn't confirm that this is true. And either way, this is kind of like the alpha beta version of the controller. It can look way different, kind of like how the first appearance of the gamepad for the Wii U looked different from the version that we end up getting. It definitely had circle pads rather than joysticks. So this actually has joysticks, kind of like the I would say kind of like the GameCube, kind of like it's kind of like a mix of the GameCube and, you know, a circle pad. That's what it looks like. So it's something very strange. I wouldn't confirm that this is true. For all we know, this could be some type of 3D printed out controller someone put out there to just, you know, yank everybody's chain. I already said that I'm not really interested in doing a bunch of rumor videos about the NX, but this has been coming up a lot, so I guess I'll talk about it a little bit. And is it official? Is it real? We'll see. I mean, personally, I believe I would say it's a 60% chance this is real. That's what I would say, my opinion on it. You guys can tell me what you guys think in the comments below, but personally, it looks pretty cool. I just don't know how it's going to work with having buttons on the touchpad. I mean, one of the cool things about that is that you can customize the way the buttons work, the size of the buttons, without there being any type of conflict or anything like that. But we'll definitely see. We'll see. I mean, having a touchscreen for your buttons is something that definitely seems like it really seems like it wouldn't work that good. But I mean, you never know. It depends on what they do with it and their execution with it, and if they'll have peripherals for people who prefer more of the traditional controller. I mean, provided it does have a screen, depending on the game, if it needs a touch screen. So we'll definitely see. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll be keeping an eye on this, and I'll see you guys next time.